Picture this. It's a bright sunny day in ancient times. Birds are chirping, filling the air with their melodious songs. The sky is a clear, unblemished blue stretching endlessly above. A gentle breeze is blowing, rustling through the tall grass and wheat fields, creating a soothing, whispering sound that adds to the tranquility of the scene. And a donkey is talking. Yep, you heard that right. This isn't your average farm animal, folks. This donkey has something to say, and it's not just a bray or a hee-haw. It's actual words coming out of its mouth clear as day. This donkey belongs to a guy named Balaam, and let me tell you, Balaam is in for one wild ride. Imagine being on a journey, minding your own business, and suddenly your donkey starts talking to you. That's exactly what's about to happen to Balaam. Now, Balaam wasn't a bad guy, but he wasn't winning any Prophet of the Year awards either. He was a bit of a mixed bag, really. He had his moments of wisdom and insight, but he also had a tendency to go his own way, even when it wasn't the best idea. He kinda liked doing things his way, even if it meant ignoring, well, a talking donkey. You see, Balaam had a bit of a stubborn streak. He wasn't always the best at listening to advice, even when it came from the most unexpected sources. See, God had specifically told Balaam not to go to a certain place. It was a clear, direct instruction. But Balaam, being the complex character he was, found himself in a bit of a dilemma. But then some important-looking people came along, offering Balaam tons of money if he'd just go. These weren't just any people, they were influential, wealthy, and persuasive. They knew how to make an offer that was hard to refuse. Balaam, being a tad bit greedy, thought, money talks, right? The allure of wealth and the promise of riches were too tempting for him to ignore. He started to rationalize, thinking maybe it wouldn't be so bad to go just this once. He totally ignored God's warning and set off on his little trip. With his mind set on the potential rewards, he embarked on the journey, leading his faithful donkey along the dusty road. Little did he know his donkey was about to become the voice of reason and comedy. This wasn't just any journey, it was about to become an unforgettable adventure, filled with unexpected twists and turns, and a talking donkey that would leave Balaam questioning everything he thought he knew. The donkey, with its humorous expression, was ready to deliver a message that would change the course of their journey and teach Balaam a lesson he would never forget. So, Balaam's happily riding along, daydreaming about all the things he's gonna buy with his newfound riches. He's got a big smile on his face, thinking about the gold, the silver, and all the luxuries he's going to enjoy. He's imagining the feasts, the fine clothes, and the admiration of his peers. Life is looking pretty good for Balaam right now. Meanwhile, the donkey is seeing angels with flaming swords blocking their path. The poor creature is terrified, its eyes wide with fear. It can see the celestial beings standing firm, their swords blazing with divine fire. The donkey knows it can't go forward without facing certain doom. I mean, talk about a mood killer, right? Balaam's perfect daydream is shattered as he feels the donkey veer off course. He's confused, annoyed, and his frustration is growing by the second. He can't understand why his usually obedient donkey is acting so strangely. The donkey, being a sensible creature, tries to steer clear of the heavenly roadblock. It's doing everything it can to avoid the angels, swerving and dodging to keep both itself and Balaam safe. The donkey's instincts are in overdrive, trying to protect its master from the unseen danger. But Balaam? Nope, he's having none of it. He's too wrapped up in his own plans and dreams to notice anything unusual. He's pulling on the reins, trying to force the donkey back on track, completely oblivious to the celestial drama unfolding before them. He starts whacking the poor donkey, convinced it's just being stubborn. He's shouting and hitting, thinking the donkey is just being difficult for no reason. Balaam's anger is boiling over and he's taking it out on the innocent animal. "Get a move on, you stubborn beast!" he yells. His voice echoes in the desert, filled with frustration and rage. He's determined to get to his destination no matter what. Little does he know, he's the stubborn one. The donkey is just trying to save them both, but Balaam's too blinded by his own stubbornness to see the truth. It's a classic case of misplaced blame, and Balaam's about to get a divine wake-up call. Now even donkeys have their limits, people. After the third whack, the donkey decides enough is enough. It suddenly stops, turns its head towards Balaam, and says, in perfect King James donkey mind you, "Why do you keep hitting me? I've been your faithful donkey for years, and I've never done anything like this before." Balaam's jaw drops. He probably swallowed a fly or two in that moment of pure shock. I mean, who could blame him? His donkey is talking, and it has a point. Suddenly God decides to give Balaam a little nudge, more like a spiritual shove actually. He lets Balaam see the angel too, and this angel isn't messing around. It's got a flaming sword and a look that says, "You're lucky I don't turn you into a salt shaker." Balaam freaks out. He falls to his knees, shaking like a bowl full of jelly. Talk about an awkward moment. The donkey meanwhile just stands there like, "See? Told ya." Now you'd think Balaam would apologize to the donkey, right? Maybe give it an extra handful of hay for saving his life? Nope. This guy was stubborn to the core. He starts rambling on about how sorry he is. To the angel, of course. He completely ignores the donkey, who's probably rolling its eyes so hard they might get stuck. Can you imagine the donkey's side-eye? Priceless. Section 6. The donkey's triumphant moment. The angel, being a merciful being and probably finding the whole situation hilarious, lets Balaam go with a warning. This divine encounter was not just a simple reprimand, but a moment of profound realization for Balaam. The angel's presence was a reminder of the higher powers at play, and the importance of heeding divine messages. Balaam, still a bit shaken but determined to get his hands on that sweet, sweet cash, continues on his journey. His mind races with thoughts of the riches that await him, but also with the lingering memory of the angel's warning. He knows he must tread carefully, balancing his ambition with the newfound respect for the divine. The donkey, having learned that speaking up sometimes gets you a mouthful of hay and sometimes a divine intervention, decides to stay quiet for the rest of the trip. This humble creature, often overlooked, had played a pivotal role in this divine drama. Its silence now was not out of fear, but a wise choice, understanding the gravity of the situation. But you know it's walking with a little extra swagger in its step. The donkey, once just a simple beast of burden, now carried itself with a newfound pride. It had stood up to its master, witnessed an angel, and emerged as an unlikely hero in this tale. Every step it took was a testament to its courage and the extraordinary events it had been a part of. Section 7. A lesson in humility and listening to donkeys. So, what's the moral of the story? Well, for starters, always listen to your donkey, especially if it starts talking. But more importantly, it's a reminder that being stubborn and ignoring good advice can lead to some pretty awkward situations. And sometimes the wisest voices come from the most unexpected places. Section 8. That's all, folks, for now. That's it for our hilarious Bible story time. Tune in next time for more ridiculous tales from the good book. And remember, folks, always be kind to animals, especially the talking ones. Section 9. Don't be a donkey, subscribe. Did you enjoy our little journey back in time? Hit that like button if you laughed, subscribe for more hilarious stories, and don't forget to share this with your friends. Until next time, stay blessed, and beware of talking donkeys.